Hi, guys. Welcome back to Delusional Diaries Podcast. I'm Hallie.
And I'm Jazz. Happy Thursday, guys. Really exciting day for us. We have our edit that came out with Victoria's Secret.
So cute.
Pink. Super exciting. Very Valentine's Day, very cutesy.
Yeah.
On the website.
It's so crazy because I used to literally love pink. I mean, everyone fucking did in 2013 or whatever it was. But I remember I saved up all my money from babysitting, and it was one of those situations where your mom drops you off if your mom can't pick you up, whatever. So my mom dropped us off at the mall, and me and all my friends were walking around, and I went into pink. And I remember obviously being 13, the hoodies are $60. That was to me a fucking Gucci bag.
Yeah.
I was like,
but that's how it was at that time.
Yeah.
And honestly, they've really revamped, which is why I'm obsessed now again, because they've really made it less brandy, but very cute.
No, they have great stuff. And it's always been good quality, super comfy, cozy. But obviously in the day, logos were everything. Aeropostale, Hollister.
Everything was so heavily branded.
It was every shirt I had was Aeropostale all the way down it.
I felt very cunty walking into school with my pink fold over band yoga pants with my Uggs. You couldn't tell me shit in the winter. Don't talk to me.
See, I was probably wearing a skinny jean and a pink hoodie, but I did save up for this one pink hoodie. It said love pink really big on it. And I went in and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to make this purchase right now. This is crazy. It felt like buying my first designer bag or some shit. And me and my friend got a matching one, and I was like, this is sick. And I wore it probably at least 1 or 2 times a week to school for a year.
That's so valid. I also remember in middle school, I was obsessed with the Victoria's Secret fragrances.
Oh, okay.
I think you're probably too young to be the era that I was, but millennial here. Love Spell and the red one, it's pure seduction. If you did not have those in your locker in gym class in middle school, no. And that shit was so potent. It was insane.
Yeah.
But I was obsessed. My freshly shaved legs that my basically open wounds, because I was dry shaving, and I was putting this very heavily perfumed lotion all over my legs.
Getting a horrible razor
No,
burn.
literally, as I'm walking into gym class, with my pants 5 times rolled over. What a time that was in my life. I didn't even know what a problem was.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so. Did you use lockers in high school?
Yes. And people would break into my locker because I would bake. I wasn't eating all the things I was baking, obviously, so I'd bring them to school, and people would try to break into my locker to get my cookies.
Oh, damn. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. We didn't use we had lockers all over the school, but no one touched a locker. If you used a locker, you were
You just carry around a bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I carried around a purse, but everyone just have a backpack. And I don't know why we didn't, because in middle school, oh my fucking God, I was decorating that locker with the fucking little
that was the
mirrors
best thing.
Decorating
Although
your
I do
locker.
wish I went to a school that had parking spots you got to decorate. I always see that on TikTok. I'm I never had that.
Oh, I did have that.
Really?
Yeah, but
What'd you do?
I didn't.
Oh.
Because I was the opposite of school spirit.
That
If
checks
there was
out.
anything you could do that was school
But
spirit.
weren't you in student government?
Yeah, but I refused to do.
I feel if you were in student government, you made everyone else get down with the spirit.
I did, but I didn't do it. I guess I would do school spirit in the sense of a pep rally I thought was fun, but I don't know why, just anything prom or anything
Spirit
that.
Week and stuff?
Yeah, I would dress up.
Okay.
Because you couldn't not. If you didn't dress
That's
up.
my
you were
point.
a
That's what I was
fucking
saying.
loser. But I don't know why I didn't decorate. I remember though, my friend that was parked next to me, she was like, okay, I'm gonna paint. She only bought 1 bucket of yellow paint. So she started rolling it or whatever. I'm not kidding, within 2 swipes of rolling it, it was all the paint was out. Yeah. And she just never fixed it ever. So her parking spot was literally just 2 random swipes of the ugliest yellow paint. And she just never actually finished it. So her parking spot was so funny.
That's hilarious. I always see videos of parents doing their kids' parking spots.
Well, I'm how do they get that out for the next year?
That's a great question. I do not know.
Because when you would go back, everything would be completely empty. I'm how do you get all that paint out? I don't understand.
Pressure washer, maybe?
Maybe, but that seems
But also,
crazy.
I feel over time, over that year, it'd get pretty worn out. So I feel a pressure washer could probably get it done.
I don't know. Nobody's really looked that faded, I feel like.
I don't know.
But yeah, I didn't do that.
But sorry, lockers, you said. You didn't use lockers.
Oh, no, I just didn't use one in high school, but going to the store and getting your fucking mirrors and everything and all the little shelves and all the ridiculous shit that you never actually use. I had a locker chandelier.
Okay, you're one of them bitches.
Yeah, because I was watching YouTube videos and
that makes so much sense.
I would be like, oh my God, I had to do it just like Bethany Moda. And they weren't even actually going to school. They were all homeschooled or in college. They were like 25 years old pretending to be in high school, decorating their locker. Like it wasn't really feasible because like my binders would always fucking hit the chandelier and stuff. But like I had fun.
Yeah, no, I loved lockers. Mostly because like in between periods, like everyone would go to like the locker area and like chit chat.
Okay.
And I would always have my locker. Somehow I got so lucky. My locker would always be next to like other people that were like super like in my circle. So people would come to like my locker area.
Oh, okay.
Which was fantastic. I don't miss high school in the slightest, but like there were some like days where I'm like, oh, that was a good time.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Yeah.
I ever told you the cinnamon story? Okay, yeah. That just made me think. What?
You can tell again.
Have I told it? I don't know. I'll just make it so short. When I was in middle school, because I was just thinking about this because of lockers, like whatever. My friend, she brought cinnamon to school. We were going on a Model UN trip to Virginia Beach where like parents weren't allowed. We were staying the night for like 3 nights or whatever to do this Model UN shit. I had no idea what was going on with Model UN. I just wanted to go to Virginia Beach, TBH. I was like, they were like, you're Denmark. And I was like, cool. And I didn't know shit about shit. My friend brought cinnamon to school and she was like, it was during the time of the cinnamon challenge. She was like, okay, we should do the cinnamon challenge. But then she ends up giving the cinnamon to this really, really, really bad kid. He was like, I actually, looking back, I didn't understand he had severe issues, like mental issues. And I actually feel really bad. But at the time I was just like, oh my God, he would literally get in trouble every single week because he would throw a huge thing in the class. Like he would just create a huge scene. He'd be throwing scissors. He called our teacher a lesbian, all of this stuff. And I don't know why they didn't maybe like take him out of class because it was once a week. Like the principal had to come and like physically take him out of the class once a week. And it was just a huge distraction to the learning environment, but you know, whatever. Anyway, so she gave him the cinnamon. I don't fucking know why. He was like on her bus and she was like, you know what, you can do the cinnamon challenge. So he gets in trouble because he does the cinnamon challenge at lunch and, you know, spitting the cinnamon everywhere. And then the principal gets mad. And so we were on the Model UN trip. When we get back from the Model UN trip, they're like, I get called into the principal's office randomly. And I'm just like, the fuck? I've never gotten in trouble, like, basically in my life. And I'm like, hello? And the principal is so dramatic. He's like, turn around in his chair. He like whips around and he's like, do you know what this is? And he sets a bottle of cinnamon. I had no idea the cinnamon ever existed, nor did I know that she brought it to the kid and gave it to him. Like, I knew nothing. So I'm just sitting there like, the fuck? And basically, he's like saying cinnamon is a drug. He's like, did you know it has hallucinogenics if you inhale enough of it? I'm like, do you think we're snorting this fucking cinnamon? We want to do the fucking cinnamon challenge that Miranda Sings was doing on fucking YouTube. What do you even mean? And it was this whole drama. We got in so much trouble and we were literally labeled as these kids that like did drugs when I had never even seen the fucking cinnamon. Everyone thought we were so bad and it was like not cool drugs. Like, oh, she's so cool. She like does blow. It was...
Doing blow is not cool.
It's not. I'm just saying, you know, like the Kate Moss, like, it wasn't giving that. It was fully giving, like, oh my God, ew. And I was like, what? I didn't even know this existed. I was so traumatized. My friend Becca got in so much trouble and they were convinced we did the cinnamon challenge at Model UN with zero fucking proof when the cinnamon never even made its way to fucking Virginia Beach. And I got like lunch detention for doing nothing. And Becca got like Saturday school and she had to sit at school all day. Did you have Saturday school?
No, maybe, but I never had that.
I never got it. Yeah.
So I'm just saying I wouldn't know because I didn't.
But it was like the stupidest punishment because Saturday school is for kids that are extremely behind and like in trouble for that. Yeah. So they have to go to Saturday school to like catch up on all their work that they're behind on. So Becca had no work because she wasn't behind. I said her name, whatever. She doesn't care.
Like 12.
I know, whatever. She had to sit there all day and I didn't, but.
So she got in trouble and you got off.
But I didn't do anything. She didn't do anything either. Nobody did anything. That was fucking crazy.
It makes no sense. It's crazy.
And then a teacher called us out in the middle of class too. She was like, if you do drugs like some people. And she like looked at us and we were like, the fuck?
That's honestly how I felt in solid core yesterday.
Okay.
I've been to solid core multiple times. I've had a good experience. Like, am I sore after? Yes. But like, do I like it? I'm like, oh, it felt good. You know, I walked out of that class yesterday. Bad energy. I just felt angry. Like tone is everything to me, which sounds crazy coming from me because I'm so monotone. Mm-hmm. But like the tone of that instructor's voice throughout the class just felt bad. Like everything that she said, I was like, why are you saying it like that? And felt unnecessary. And I just like, it made me not enjoy the class.
What gives me a bad class experience is for someone to ask for my name and be like, what's your name? And I'm like, Hallie. And they're like, Hallie. And cool. And then throughout the class, they call you the complete wrong name, like pronunciation. Obviously, I have this issue a lot. And I understand if you just read it off of the thing. But yelling my name 15 times during the class, like fully with your chest while I've told you how to pronounce it. And you're pronouncing it.
And you pronounced it correctly at least once.
Yeah.
In the beginning. So
like, you know, it's not like you heard it wrong one time or something. And I understand completely, like, I'm not coming at people who just read my name once and think it's Haley, because I totally get that. But to say it a bajillion times, like, it's actually making me physically angry while you're yelling my name, like, about, you know, whatever. Yes, Haley. Yes, Holly, whatever you're going to call me. It's like, just don't say my name if you're not confident in it.
And what's even bothersome to me is, like, it's almost distracting for me, too, because I'm like, why are you getting it? In my head, I'm like, why are you getting it wrong? You already got it right. Like,
I know.
It's all I can focus on.
I'm like, I just think personally, I like don't say people's names a lot because I am so traumatized by people saying my name wrong all the time. Unless I am so confident in the exact pronunciation and exact everything of somebody's name, I'm not going to be yelling their name, like, or talking to them and saying their name or anything, because I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
I also just, like, maybe this is like PTSD from, like, being a kid and being in school, but when you check into solid court, you say your name, right? They get your name, you check it off. Then why, once you're in the class, do they do roll call again? I get it's like the instructor, like, wanting people's names to, like, say shit throughout the class and bother them. But, like, I'm realizing more and more and more, I hate people talking in workout classes. I hate the instructor yelling shit all the time. It bothers me.
I want to say, because I know people are going to say this,
You've got to stop giving disclaimers. I know, like, you're going to get this one now, but I'm saying in general, like, also our comments, I was like, people that listen to the podcast, like, know us and get us. Like, we've got to stop the disclaimers, because so much of our episode is taken over with disclaimers. Like, myself included.
I agree. I just know people are going to comment and be like, but I'm the instructors are supposed to do that. And I agree. It's not the instructor's fault. We're not coming at the instructor, because I guess in the solid core training, they say if there's even like 15 or 30 seconds of silence, that's really bad. You need to be talking the whole time. They never stop talking in solid core. It's like a podcast. Like, it's constant talking. And I get that it's supposed to be like a coach hyping you up, I guess. But I don't personally enjoy that. And I don't love the calling out. I know we're just complaining about a class that exists, and it's like, don't go to the class if you don't like that. But I do like the actual workout.
That's what's frustrating.
Yeah. That's why I really do like Tracy Anderson. A lot of people are like, I can't believe they don't talk to you. And it is a little bit weird, but it's honestly so refreshing and nice. You just hear the music and that's it.
Yeah, well, I also realize I'm loving New York Pilates because of the fact that they only say, like, what your thing is, and that's it. Like, there is very little talking, and there's no music, so it's very quiet in there.
Yeah.
Like, overall, which I do appreciate. Like, it's not too intense for me. So
yeah,
but it just sucks when, like, you like one portion of it, like the important part of the actual workout, but that part makes it not the right vibe for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I've also been going to Physique 57. I went to that today. I like that class. It's a lot of talking as well, but it's like less intense, and they don't really say your name or anything like that. It's just like a bar class. I haven't done bar in such a long time. I used to do it at Equinox a lot, but I really like it. It's just like a nice burn. It's nothing crazy. Yeah, I would recommend.
Dry January, guys. It's almost over. We have like 2 days left. I would just like to say I feel no different. Only big change I would say I have is that I want to drink less overall in regular life, but I don't feel any different in my body. I've actually upped my workouts this month, and I feel more bloated and larger than ever. I'm actually even more tired than I was when I was drinking. I feel worse, to be quite honest with you, which is unfortunate because I thought I was going to come out here feeling like, oh my God, like I feel amazing. I don't, which is okay. I still am happy I did it because I do think that a lot of the weekend drinking was just very like out of habits, what we do. And now I've found different things to do on the weekend where I will still drink, obviously moving forward, but like probably nowhere like I used to. So like that part has been great, but I expected to have this health change. And I know people are like, it's only 30 days, but I'm like, when you are going hard every weekend, I would think that 30 days would make a difference, especially when I'm like upping my workouts and like eating a little bit better, but it's fine.
I personally, I didn't have the experience. I think my body looks better. just after the 30 days. I don't think it looks crazy. Like, honestly, it's one of those differences where, like, I personally could tell, but I don't think anybody would look at me and be like, oh my God, you look amazing or something. I just think it's a personal thing that I've noticed just a tiny bit, and I just feel a little bit tighter and better overall. But I don't feel any different in the sense of, yeah, like, people like, I sleep so much better. My sleep has been the same. Besides, like, obviously, like, the night I'm actually physically drinking, it's not like my Tuesday is different where I feel like, oh, I can go to bed at 10. I'm so, like, I kind of fall asleep at the same. Everything is essentially the same for me, except I do just feel a little, I feel the opposite. I feel a little less bloated, a little less, like, puffy and holding water retention. So I do really like that. But I think my takeaway from Dry January is it was like a good social experiment, because I used to get so nervous before going to just like any social event. I don't know. And I'd be like, I need to drink. I'm too sober for this. And just having to go into it and have conversations completely sober. Like we've been to a couple of dinners and stuff like that, and everyone else is drinking. But I just kind of realized, oh, wait, like, this is totally fine, and I can just have a conversation completely sober, and I don't need to be drinking, and I can interact with strangers and whatever with 0 drinks in me, because I can hold a conversation because I'm like, I can talk. And I feel better about my social life as a whole, knowing it doesn't have to just revolve around alcohol.
Yep, that's very, very true. I will say I'm actually sleeping worse on the weekends. Let me tell you guys.
Oh.
I have so much fucking beef with my upstairs neighbor. And I moved into this building, and I was like, when I was moving in, this guy's like, hey, nice to meet you guys moving in. I'm like, yeah. He's like, just so you guys know, like, we have parties here and there. What's your number? I'll text you a heads up beforehand. Like, feel free to stop by, whatever. I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck if you party. Like, I don't give a shit. This past 2 weekends, like 2 weekends ago, it's like 5 a.m. My ceiling is shaking. The dust is coming out of the brick. My pictures above my bed are falling on top of me. And there is EDM music so fucking loud. It's 5 a.m. I'm like, Kevin, get the fuck up and go yell at him. Like, I'm not doing this shit today. First of all, before I even had Kevin go upstairs, I called him multiple times. I texted him, like, turn this shit down. Mind you, this man is like 35 years old. 0 reason to be partying.
Doesn't he live with like 5 roommates?
Yes. It's a bunch of like mid 30-year-olds. And like, I'm sure someone listening to this podcast has probably been to a party there. Besides the point.
He's never heard of Dry January.
Never. Anyways. And I'm like, I've never complained once. And they've had ragers most weekends. 2 weekends ago, I'm obviously doing Dry January. And I've realized normally I've been like passed out because I was drinking. Like, I don't give a fuck what's happening upstairs. Or I've been out of town. I'm out of town most weekends. Oh my God. I was going to lose my shit. I'm like, I've never complained once. Like, just turn it down. It's such a simple request. If it's like 1 a.m., like, have your party. It's 5 in the fucking morning. Yep. And I have to be up early. I'm like, no.
Were you blowing up his phone, texting him, and he wasn't responding?
Yes. So then eventually I was like, Kevin, go upstairs, talk to him. So Kevin goes upstairs. He's like, hey, like, can you please turn it down? Like, we got to be up early because we were going to New Jersey in the morning. And he's like, so sorry. Like, no worries. Kevin comes back downstairs, proceeds not to turn it down. I take like 5, let me sleep, and I fall asleep eventually. Next morning, I see him in the hall. He's like, hey guys, like, my bad. That's on me. Like, no excuse. Not going to happen. I'm like, you know what? Thank you. Appreciate you owning up to it. No excuses. I appreciate that. Next weekend rolls around. I'm sorry. I'm so flustered. Next weekend rolls around. I go to bed at like probably like 12:30, and that's on Friday night. Oh my God, you guys. Again, dust falling down. I wake up because a picture of my above me fell on me because it's shaking so badly. And I immediately call him. He doesn't answer. I don't even get Kevin up. I put on my clothes myself, and I'm like, fuck, bonnet on my head, like up, pounding up these stairs. Bang on the door. Get me XYZ's name or whoever fucking lives here, because I only know one of the roommates. Some guy answers the door. Guys, it's 5:30 in the morning. And I'm like, turn it down. There is no reason to be doing this. It's so disrespectful. He's like, I'll try. I'm like, don't try, do it. And his argument to me, well, I've lived here longer. Guys, when I tell you, like, that made my blood boil. I said, I don't give a fuck, turn it down. I stomped down back. I'm sorry, I'm so pissed. I'm getting so angry again. I stomp downstairs. I pick up my phone. I text the one roommate who wasn't there that I know, and I'm like, I don't know who your roommate is that's telling me that I've lived there longer as a response to me asking to politely turn it down. But if that's what I'm met with, you will not receive anything nice from me again or a courtesy text. Now I will straight up call the cops. I'm not fucking doing this. I don't know who the fuck you think I am, but I am the wrong fucking girl. Like, out of pure fucking principle, I'll make your life hell. Don't disrespect me. It's also like, you're 35 with 5 roommates. Why are you having a party? Oh, mind you, also, their living room is above our bedroom. So all we hear is heels and EDM music. It's horrible. And what I am, perfectly normal time to party in New York City. 5:30 a.m. on any given night is not normal, especially when you're fucking 35 with roommates and you live above someone. They've politely asked you to turn it down multiple times. So now I'll be calling the cops.
Period.
And I'm just like so furious. And I'm like, get me to fucking New Jersey. I'm over living here.
Yeah.
Sorry for the long story, but it's just like, I'm fuming over it. Like, I'm so angry.
No, I get that. That's really rough.
Yeah. It's just like, who does that?
Yeah. I mean, 35-year-olds who have no cares in the world except getting bitches.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations like, this man on Hinge has like not looking for a serious relationship. Meanwhile, he has a receding hairline, is like low-key balding.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not actually speaking about him. I don't know if he has a receding hairline or is balding.
He doesn't.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's like low-key hot. He's actually so hot. I'm just going to be so for real. Like, if he sees this, hey.
No, like, and the thing is, he's a nice guy. I think it's just his roommates that might be the bigger issue here.
Yeah.
Like, he's been like respectful in text, but like this point, I was over this shit.
No, I totally.
Just like not normal behavior is driving me insane. Guys, I've been getting much better at my makeup, and a big part of that has been using the First Aid Beauty facial radiance pads on my face before starting my makeup, because it just like leaves your face like glowy for like a good canvas like base.
Yeah, I actually had a makeup artist do my makeup, and she taught me that.
That's how I started with was it Kat that did that for you?
No, it's Kellyanne.
Okay, well, I had Kat.
A lot of makeup artists use
it's
this
a big
hack.
thing.
Yeah, I love them. They really do. I mean, I'll use them also just before I do my skincare, but it like exfoliates your skin and just makes it so glowy and nice. Reed used to use those as actual cleanser. Like, he didn't, Boys Don't Understand skincare, and he loved the pads. He's like, these are great. But I was like, you also need to wash your face before that. That's not. But his skin did look really nice and glowy, so I don't know, it was working.
Yeah, it's fantastic, like one-step makeup prep. I also love to put them on my nose. I saw Abby do this first, but like for your blackheads, if you like leave them on to soak, it's super helpful.
Yeah.
But you can use our code.
You can use our code DIARIES at firstaidbeauty.com to save money. That's firstaidbeauty.com/diaries, DIARIES, to save money.
Yeah, you can also use the code to get anything off of the website, like
KP Bump Eraser.
Yeah, there's so many good products. Fantastic brand, honestly.
Yeah, the under eye cream is great. You can also put the under eye cream on your lips because the skin is like very similar and soft.
Really?
Yeah, I also learned that from a makeup artist, and it works very well.
You learn so many things when you get your makeup done.
You really do. It's honestly amazing. But yeah, if you guys want to get the facial radiance pads for yourself, you can use our code DIARIES at firstaidbeauty.com/diaries, DIARIES, to save money.
Yes. Guys, we started our tattoo removal.
Oh, yeah.
I will just say my large one on my back, that one was tough. The rest, honestly, not that bad. My arm hurt worse, I think, because of the position that it was in, but laying down on my stomach to get my back done made it almost a little bit easier. But behind my ear is very small. I didn't even really feel it.
Okay. I felt it, but it was genuinely so not painful. Like, in my head, I hyped it up really bad. I was picturing.
Well, say what you got.
My finger flame tattoo removed. I was picturing it to be like genuinely getting my finger chopped off, and it felt like getting your eyebrows plucked. I would say like the same pain as that, just on your finger and really fast for 12 seconds. It's very, very fast. Even your like big ass tattoo, it took like maybe 45 seconds. I would say
it was over a minute.
You think?
Yeah, that video, because that video was almost 2 minutes long.
Okay, but still, I mean, it obviously, like, I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be like going over it 7 times and whatever. It's literally just like one and done. Obviously, I'm sure if you're getting a like sleeve removed or something, that would be a very different story. But
yeah, we got it done, which is great. If you guys are planning on getting a tattoo removed, I feel like if you want something gone, it's worth the pain, like more than worth the pain.
100%. Yeah, we went to Removery. That's not an ad. We literally
not sponsored, we
paid for it and went. And then all these people are like, that is not going to take 12 sessions to get off. Like the tattoo or Removery told me it was going to take 10 to 12 sessions potentially.
To be completely gone. Yeah. In the darkest spots.
And I'm like, also, it really does depend on your skin complexion as well. They say like lighter skins, I believe it takes a lot longer. And yeah, so I just think it depends on every single person. And the tattoo is fairly new. It's only like 4 or 5 years old. And they say 10 or plus, 10 years or over is like a little bit easier to get out. So your elephant one, I think they said might be a little bit easier because that was 10 years. That's crazy. But yeah, but I mean, like mine, I will say is so much more faded in some of the areas, but there's also some darker areas where I would say it's very, very like it looks basically no different / lighter.
Yeah.
So I think to get all of those areas out, it'll take another, I don't know.
It might not take the full time, but I enjoyed choosing Removery because of the fact that there's unlimited sessions. So even if and they don't expire. So if I take 6 months off in between, I can go back afterwards and finish it at some point.
Yeah.
Which I like because I'm not good with scheduling all the time because like work is so you never know when something's gonna pop up. So I appreciate that I can finish it whenever I'm able to actually finish it.
Yeah.
Which is helpful. It was the best choice for us. We paid for it. Don't be upset about it.
Yeah. It was making me laugh. People in the comments like, oh no, like that's too much. Go to this place. I'm like, I already paid.
Started.
Like, what do you want me to do? Be like, oh, okay, now I'm actually, this place is cheaper, so I'm also going to go pay there and, like, pay twice. I already paid. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. It is what it is. If they do a good job, I'm happy I went there.
And I've had a good experience there so far. Like, I would, as of right now, I would recommend.
Yeah. It's the way I also wanted to get. I have this little, like, very, very small lightning bolt on my arm. It does not bother me at all, but I was like, since I'm already here, I'll remove it. Like, I don't care. But then they were like, you can't ever get a spray tan on it, and I literally always have a spray tan on, and I was like, that's just not possible for me, TBH. Like I just know I'm gonna end up fucking that up, so I'd rather just not remove it. So it's fine.
That's valid. Guys, I've also been reading. I'm super excited to say a few weeks ago on this podcast I was like, reading's not for me. I wish it was. I've tried many times. Well, turns out, bitches were right, I didn't find the right book. I started a book called Birthday Girl. If you think it sucks, keep it to yourself because I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Isn't it just basically porn but reading?
I mean, it's definitely spicy.
Spicy.
But like, I had to get, I think 160 pages before I ever got to like any spiciness. And like, they still haven't had sex yet. I haven't read the past like 2 days because I've been busy with stuff. But I'm looking forward to, like, I'm telling you, I was up like grinning ear to ear, like when I was like basically reading.
Because you're waiting for them to fuck.
Yeah, reading this porn. He's like, my penis is like so hard, like talking about all this shit. And I'm like, Kevin, read this. He's like, I don't want to read this. And I'm like, it's so good. But I think that I have a hard time reading because my attention span just isn't there. And a very descriptiveness of like people like
fucking.
No, not fuck, because they haven't fucked yet. It's them describing how horny they are, like secretly towards each other, is like, it's keeping me intrigued. And
my penis is so hard is what got you to read.
No, it's like way more. It's so descriptive. Like he's like talking about like the blood rushing. Like I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know. The thing is, it's so crazy that I'm feeling like some type of way about describing this book on this podcast because I had to go through some old episodes for something, and I'm like, we said such weird vulgar shit on here, like trying to be cool forever ago. Like I'm talking like the first 10 episodes. Like I'm like, girl, what? So I don't know why I'm getting all frazzled now, but I am really enjoying the book. I also got a couple of new books. I got Worst Best Man from someone's recommendation. I'm excited to read that after I finish Birthday Girl. I'm going to finish this weekend. And then also I got Let Them, which Hallie's been reading.
Oh, yeah. That's not a porn book. It is the opposite of that. It's basically, not that I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than that. Like, whatever. Like, I'll read the porn book, too. But...
Wait, did you finish your other book?
No. Okay. I got like 100 pages into that one. That was the ACOTAR series or
yeah, people told me to read that.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd like it. I don't know. It's like a little too mystical. It's giving me Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I think that I'm just going to be purely into spicy books. So if you have a recommendation, please let me know. sorry.
Yeah, I think you'd think that book is boring, but I do want to finish reading that book as well. But I've been reading the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. It's basically she has a lot, I guess, of theories and everything like that, or like books. This was the first one I was introduced to. There's one. It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or whatever. It's supposed to be like everything you do, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it and get out of bed. All of that. It's great. But yeah, Let Them is basically just let people do whatever. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself. So you let them do whatever they want to do.
Which clearly we need after listening to all the disclaimers on this podcast.
Yeah. It really is honestly helpful with doing social media specifically, because it's like with everything, I'm like, let them make hate comments. No, everything.
Not Kevin, sorry. Hallie was saying that Kevin is like the original Let Them with the comment from the Hamptons.
People hate you every day. Yeah. With everything. If somebody makes a mean comment, let them. If somebody makes a video about me every single day for 7 months, let them. It's really just let them. So
yeah, I actually am looking forward to starting that book, but I don't think I can read more than one book at once. It's not for me. But I used to be very, very, very into my self-help books when I was in my Tony Robbins era. Okay. But I also did audiobooks at that point in time because I was driving every single day to work. So I had like a big commute. So I would listen to audiobooks, and I read a book called I listened to a book called The Energy Bus. That was really life-changing for me. Reading is great, guys. I'm so happy that like I have reading somewhere in me because I really thought I didn't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it also makes me say like less and increases my vocabulary a little bit. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. The Bachelorette so soon. I'm so excited. Hallie has done so much work, you guys. Like, I know I've made my jokes about her like not being organized, and I don't know if she could handle it, but let me just say I've been blown away with like,
oh, thank you.
Blown out of the water. I'm so appreciative, and I can't believe I guess I can believe it. I'm not surprised that you can be organized when you care about something. But I just like really appreciate it. Aww. I'm super, super excited, and I can't wait to see how it all comes together. And I really appreciate how thoughtful you've been with like picking things out and like making things happen.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for all my friends to see it because I'm trying to like make this like, and also with Hallie, obviously Hallie's been doing it, but like make it like as brand like as possible because my friends like are never going to go on a brand trip that like aren't influencers. Yeah. So I'm really, really excited.
No, I think it'll be really cute to give them all the PR and everything like that. I think we're also going to do a giveaway for you guys too. So we don't think
we are
going to do a giveaway like with like how Tarte does those giveaways of like win the room drop or whatever. You guys can win that too. I think that'll be really cute, but I am a little worried about getting everything to the Bahamas because since it is like international or whatever, we can't really ship anything there. So we do have to bring everything in checked bags, and there's a lot. So we will see. I know we can do it. It's just going to depend on how many checked bags everybody's bringing, but like we'll figure it out. I think it'll be cute. I just ordered how like, in brand trips when it has like on the mirror, it'll say like, whatever, Tarte or
like, you look fabulous or some shit.
Yeah. Like and I ordered these ones that say like, welcome to the Bahamas to celebrate Jazz and Kevin. So hopefully those turn out cute. I couldn't really get a gauge on the size. I was kind of confused on that. So they might be fucking gigantic, but like, we'll see. I think it'll be cute though. I'm very excited.
I can't wait to see all my friends and like have all my friends like be friends with each other. Like that part's I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah. I have like a game in my head that I want to play too. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's not that serious, but like I think it'll be cute.
Okay. We're also doing a boat day. I don't know if I said that last time because it wasn't finalized, but we really are, and I'm super excited to be on this boat with all my friends all day.
Yeah, that'll be really fun.
Mm-hmm. So, my invites for the wedding also came in the mail. I love them. They turned out so good, and I'm looking forward to. We started stamping all of them and like putting them together. So I'm gonna get them all out next week. So.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It is. But we would do it while we watch TV. So it is like, it's just kind of like our hands are in the motions while we watch a show. So like that part of it's kind of fun. I think this is not sponsored, but I think I appreciate that Minted prints all the addresses out because it makes it super easy to do. Because if I had to write addresses and like correlate all that stuff, that'd be way more difficult. But I'm just like literally an autopilot as I put things into an envelope because of all that, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
If you are getting married, I do have a code though. It is Jasmine Wed, JazmynWed. Not
cute.
Again, not an ad, just if you're ordering something.
Yeah. Cute.
Guys, I'm super excited also because in the Bahamas there's a casino, and I truly do love to gamble, but we can also gamble with DraftKings. You can get your dollars up with Dollar Up on DraftKings Casino. Hit the reels for a modern take on old school styled slots.
New players can play $5 to get a spin on the mystery wheel for a shot at up to 2,000 in casino credits. Download the app and sign up with code Delusional. Then play Dollar Up exclusively on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. One per new customer. Play $5 and spin wheel to receive between $10 and $2,000 in non-withdrawable casino credits for select games that expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends February 16th, 2025 at 11:57 p.m. Eastern time.
Guys, we spoke about this last week when it was announced, but we cut it out of the episode because she was going on Call Her Daddy that day. So we wanted to make sure we got the information before speaking on it. Oh my goodness. I watched that entire episode. Just so sad. Like, and before you'll come for me, I know she has a racist past. This is a pure woman situation dating a man. My opinion on it. That's it. I take that out for a second. This isn't about her personally. It's a person who just like goes through this in general. Just putting that out there. This is so fresh for her, it seems, that I don't think she realizes how fucked up some shit was. And I think she will as it goes further on. But let me just say, if a man broke up with me in my favorite place before I'm about to leave to go to a baby shower and then didn't give me a heads up and posted that we were over, and I saw it before taking off on a 12-hour flight without service, and he knew I didn't have Wi-Fi, I would not have spoken about him nearly as nicely as she did. Like, I would have had a panic attack on that flight.
Yeah. I can't imagine being on the flight with no Wi-Fi. I would have literally like tapped on a stranger next to me and been like, you have to let me log on to my Instagram on your phone. Like, there's actually, I have to get on there. It is definitely wild. I think in general, after having a public relationship on both ends, like, I think obviously if you're a girl just dating a random guy and you want to speak on your relationship, however, not to like, you know, say whatever, because I did that, but I think you can do whatever you want. But I do think if you're both public figures or influencers or whatever that is, I do think unless there was like some cheating where you just want to be like, you know what, fuck them and talk about it. I think if you came to just whatever type of breakup it was, I think that there should be like, I hate a collab post, but like TBH a collab post, so it's coming from both of you and it's
or post
one
the same
statement
thing at the same time.
Yeah, like a statement or something letting everybody know, because I think that shows like at least mutual respect where people aren't going to go crazy and be like, why won't she talk about it or something? Because, you know, he posted, she didn't. What's the tea? I think if you both come at it, it takes the drama from up here and brings it like at least to a normal level of drama and not the shit storm that was caused by the breakup post of the fucking prior.
Yeah, I think there was malicious intent in what he did. And like she said on the podcast, like he recognizes that it was wrong now. It's like he recognizes it wrong because it was wrong because everyone was like saying how horrible he was for that. But you don't break up with someone in their favorite place while they're on a plane for 12 hours knowing they don't have Wi-Fi or a support system or anyone to be able to talk to about the situation while they're getting blown up. You don't do that without the intent of like being malicious. Like that is a fucked up thing to do. And like, you know what you're doing at that point. Like that is a choice.
I think in my opinion, if you feel the urge to break up with somebody, like, and you know that's coming, I think do it whenever, even if it kind of like ruins something to an extent. I mean, obviously like it's time and place, but I do think like I would want to be broken up with as soon as the person was aware that they were, like, I wouldn't want somebody to pretend and find out, like, oh my God, they've been feeling this way for weeks and they just broke up broke up with me now. But I think the post is what did it for me. Like, the post is insane. And also, I agree with what she was saying on the podcast where she was like saying about the prayer. She's like, he took all of the, like, I don't know how to put it. It was like an easy cop out to put the prayer, and he said nothing real about their actual relationship. It's just like, a prayer is good. And it's like, he didn't say like, I valued my time with Rachel and I have so much love and respect for her. Nothing like that. It was just like a fucking prayer.
Yeah.
It took like the humanity out of it.
Yeah, that would have been my 13th reason. I can't even imagine any of that. But also, it was just crazy the fact that picking a restaurant started this entire thing. And clearly this has been a thing like multiple times. And I even saw an old podcast clip where someone had asked like, what was your last fight? And it was the same exact situation. So I fully get why she had anxiety about picking a restaurant. Clearly it's been a fucking huge issue before. And that has to happen multiple times before your instant response is like constant anxiety, being nervous, and you're crying. Like, clearly it's a big fucking deal. Yeah. Like to where it's like been an issue in the past.
Yeah. Obviously that was just like a cop out, I feel, you know, of like the reason they broke up. I mean, I think you're not breaking up with somebody over that, you know, because she said that he said it was like, if you're going to react this way to, you know, something so small, how could you, you know, I think he was just looking for a reason at that point.
I think that man I think he's the problem. Like,
yeah, oh my gosh,
like,
for
he
sure.
has so much, like, he made, like, I know same thing that you guys know, like, what the relationship is. Like, the fact that she's apologizing for things like he started, like when she's like, hey, I'm upset, and then she ends up apologizing is ridiculous. That's not healthy. Like, that's just horrible. I can't imagine dealing with that all the time.
Yeah, I feel really bad for her, obviously.
And she said they did not have a singular meal over those 4 years that they weren't like recording for his work.
That's
which
crazy.
Is crazy because like I feel like people are going to get the idea that that's every influencer. That's not the case. Like, that is not a thing.
Yeah. I saw somebody make a video when she said that or something, and they were like, I'm so grateful my boyfriend's a blue collar worker today or something. It was really funny. It's definitely wild.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for her though, but I do think ultimately everything in life teaches you a lesson, and I do think she'll be better off for it, even though obviously I think it's like every girl can relate to 90% of what she was saying, and it's so sad to think about the position that she's in because it just takes a while to get out of that, especially after a 4-year-long relationship. It doesn't matter, even if you're gonna be better off, that doesn't make you feel any fucking better. It's
not in the moment. Yeah. Until you actually get to the better off part.
Yeah.
It's very hard to comprehend, like, why did this have to happen?
Yeah.
So I feel for her in that sense.
100%.
Very unfortunate. And that man is in desperate need of, like, serious therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. His first red flag to me, though, if I'm being honest, is when he was kissing with his eyes open on national television. That is very odd.
I guess I didn't.
Also, I saw a clip this morning of him, like, when his mom was on the show and, like, she's, like, visiting, and this is how they're sitting. Come closer. If you're on the video version.
Ew.
He's doing this to his mother.
Ew.
As she's, like, talking about, like, him finding, like, a woman to, like, marry. Very odd.
Ew. I hate that.
Yeah, that man has serious issues.
Yeah. Wait, that's really funny. I guess, was this the season Kit was on?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I feel like, because my friends were always into The Bachelor, so I feel like I watched it kind of with them, but I wasn't paying attention. I've never cared about Bachelor Nation like that, but I did watch, I think, that season. I have no really remembrance of that, but that is so crazy.
Yeah, I actually watched every season up until that season for reasons. Then I stopped, and then I'm watching the current season.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we actually, like, all of our friends were on that season. That's funny. Like Piper, Chelsea, everybody.
They were all on that one?
I believe so. I know Chelsea. Yeah, they were.
I didn't even know that people that we were friends with came from that show until I was posting with our friends, and people from, like, high school would be like, oh my God, like, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, what? Like, I had zero idea.
Yeah, I get that. I think Abby was on there too. She's like,
who's Abby?
She's either married. I think they're married now. She's Noah. She's like deaf.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think she was on that season.
That's so crazy.
All the girlies came out of that season.
No,
I feel
literally.
like.
That's actually insane.
So crazy. Really, really funny to think about all of them being on that season. And Kit sending herself home is fucking hilarious.
I saw that clip on my For You page after, like, the Call Her Daddy episode, and I was like, I cannot take this seriously.
You know, it seemed like he didn't even care either.
But the whole time he's like,
I know. And kids like, this is even harder.
She's like, I said I could see myself falling in love with you. And this is so hard for me because like you're the first person I've had like real feelings for in like a while, but getting so serious with hometowns, like
she's like, you're not meeting my mom.
I think it's time to go.
She's like, you're not meeting Cynthia. So funny.
And I'm thinking like Kit was like so young.
She's 21.
Like what the fuck?
No, she's literally like, yeah, you're not meeting my mom. Like,
and he's just like,
no, hilarious. Like, it was so funny.
I can't think about any of our friends on reality TV. Like I always forget that part.
And just Kit, if you knew Kit in real life, like she doesn't give that she would be on a reality TV show really at all. So it's just so funny to think about. Like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I love it though.
That was
like
definitely a choice.
Though she was an icon on that show. Are you fucking kidding me?
I like want to go back and like watch the season now.
No, I kind of need to. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Really rough transition here. I have horrible flight anxiety, and now that has amplified tenfold. But my dad texted me, he's like, plane in the Potomac, which I'm from Virginia, live like on the Potomac River. So I was just like, okay. And like, not obviously that's sad, but in my head I was like, okay, a private jet crashed or something, which is like, that happens sometimes, you know.
Small planes.
Whatever. Obviously I was like, that's really sad, but like, I didn't think anything of it. And then I saw like it collided with a Black Hawk helicopter, which is like a military helicopter. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But again, like, I guess if you're, you know, a person's flying a private plane. And then I was like, Googling it. I'm like, this is an American Airlines flight. That's
commercial
insane.
flight.
Like a commercial flight. They said it was pretty much full. It was like obviously a small flight coming from Kansas. But I'm like, that is so scary. Oh my, how does that happen? I genuinely do not understand. I saw that members of the like Olympic figure skating team were on the flight because there was like a championship there in Kansas. Mm-hmm. So sad, so scary. I think they said this morning, because it was like kind of unsure last night, I kind of figured, but they said this morning there's no survivors to be expected, which I assumed because if you saw the collision in the air, it looked so bad. Oh my God, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I have horrible flight anxiety and like...
Well, I saw a guy's post on my For You page that was like, I was so pissed yesterday because my flight was delayed out of Kansas. I mean, out of Charlotte, and they were saying they didn't know if it was like the Charlotte plane or the Kansas plane that had collided, and they like got delayed and he got diverted, and they were supposed to land in DC at 8:53, and this one was at 8:55. So like it could have been that plane had they not been delayed. And he was just like talking about how the lady sitting next to him, her daughter was a flight attendant on the Kansas plane, and like they're getting texts coming in like as they're like landing because they got diverted to the other airport in DC or whatever. Just talk about the whole like burnt toast theory and like how you really don't think about like those things in the moment, how it can really like affect long-term things.
I genuinely do not understand how it happened. I feel like obviously we'll get more information as the days go on, but it is so wild because it is just like, those are both what I would assume to be controlled by like air traffic control or whatever. Like, I feel like they're both communicating on their flight routes and everything like that. So I don't understand. I did see something. I'm not sure. Again, I don't want to speak on this too heavily because I don't know all the information, but I did see something that, you know, Trump has been... I
saw this too.
Firing people and
I'll look at it before I
putting things on hold and all of that with like hiring and everything. And I saw that air traffic control was a huge thing. That was because they want party loyalists to like the Republican Party essentially, and they were putting hiring / people from air traffic control on hold, and that could be
it was like a week ago. Yeah,
and that could potentially be a reason. Like maybe they were understaffed or not. Whatever, I don't know. Again, I just saw one like thing about that. But that is crazy because if Biden were in administration and this happened, it'd be some shit about him. I just know it. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's Trump's fault, but definitely weird. And I just do not understand how that could possibly happen if everyone was doing their job correctly.
Yeah, I feel like you always, not always, but like on occasion you'll see like a small plane, like random things like throughout. But like not a commercial flight.
Well,
like,
I don't know. I just saw like the helicopter and I'm like, okay, I guess that's not like entire, like, it's obviously horrible and extremely sad, but I'm like, you know, like I think about like Kobe Bryant, like was in a helicopter and stuff like that. Like I feel like sometimes little weird things can happen like that. But a commercial airplane to me just seems like how? That's so sad.
Very horrible. I don't even know how to transition topics with that being a sad topic from today.
My dogs are sick. Having 3 sick dogs is something I would not. I would wish it on my worst enemy. But well, no, I don't. You know, I don't ever want another dog to get sick. So I don't wish dogs getting sick. I just wish the having to deal with that on the worst enemy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was up. Like my dog is just randomly. It's like, I'll spare you the details. A lot of diarrhea and some vomiting. Finley's been to the vet twice because she just takes things the hardest. I think because she's the smallest.
She's so skinny.
She's so skinny. She like lost like half a pound. I'm like, okay. Like Oslo probably gained weight in this somehow.
You're honestly during dry January, you are Finley and I am Oslo. Like what the fuck?
No, but I don't even know. So it's been a whole thing. Like I'm just, oh my God. They're on like every single thing, and they got stool samples and everything, and like nothing's wrong from everything that's been tested. So the only thing I could think is like potentially, you know, Rusty came from a shelter. I was like, does he have something that maybe he gave to them? And I don't know. I do think they just picked up like a bug on the street, like not like a physical bug, like a stomach bug or something like that. I just think that's what had to have happened. But yeah, it's just been a freaking disaster. They're eating bland diet that smells terrible. It's like boiled chicken and rice, and then there's like cans of whatever the vet's giving me. They're on an anti-diarrhea medicine. Finley got this under the skin anti-nausea shot and fluids. Like it's been a whole thing. And
being a dog parent is expensive.
Oh my God. Each fecal sample that I had to do for the dog. So you have to pick up your dog's shit, put it in a fucking little cup and bring it to the vet. And I have to do that for 3 dogs. Each one of those costs $250 just to run the sample. So it's like, I'm giving you my dog's shit for $250. And what? That's like $750. Wow. For fucking shit. Are you kidding me? Like, it's actually insane. And I'm like, you just know when you're doing half the shit as well, you're like, this is gonna do nothing. Yeah. Like this is like I just know they're gonna come back at me and say we found nothing.
But like you have to be safe.
Yeah, 100%.
It just sucks.
So it's been a whole and every little the bland diet costs $100. I'm like, good fucking Lord.
Expensive as dogs.
Yeah, very expensive. Obviously I'll do anything for my dogs. So hopefully we're on the come up. Praying. Finley or Oslo and Rusty seem to be like completely fine other than just like a little bit of diarrhea, but they're on the anti-diarrhea medicine, so hopefully that's all fine now. But Finley has just been like, her appetite hasn't been the best and, you know, whatever, but I would assume it's because she's nauseous. So still working on Finley, but so I get to go home to deal with that in just like the next 30 minutes.
That's us.
Yeah.
I will end on a good note. Guys, I have a dream that I've had since lunch. I want a slug bug, slug bug so badly. And if you guys didn't know, Hallie's parents have one, and it's my dream colorway of a slug bug. And they don't make them anymore. And I also don't like the most recent version they did of them because like they're weirdly shaped. Yeah, I love the ones from like the early 2000s. And so I asked Hallie like last week, can you please ask your parents if they would consider like getting rid of said car to Jazz? And she asked the other day and they said they consider selling it. So I'm really, really excited.
Yeah. My mom loves that car, but she's like, I want it to go to a good home.
And my dream is like driving this slug bug to the beach, like in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So like
we got that. I had my mom's old minivan when I first was driving, and my mom got like a new Jeep and my dad had a truck, and then I was driving the minivan, and then within like 3 months of getting my license, somebody crashed into me and totaled the car. It was actually not my fault. So then we got like the insurance money, and we were like, what should we buy? And my mom's like, I thought I was getting a Jeep, and I was so excited. I was like, I'm gonna have a Jeep. My mom's like, we're getting a bug. And she's like, for me, like as my sidecar, basically.
She's so real for that.
And so I was kind of like, all right, like I guess I could drive a bug to school, like whatever. And then my mom was like, oh, no, like that car's not safe enough for you because it's like an older car. So she wouldn't let me drive it. So then I'm like, okay, I'll drive your Jeep. You can drive the bug. She's like, no, I want to drive my Jeep. So then I had to drive my dad's truck to school every single day. And my dad
Mr. FBI.
Going to the FBI Academy, was driving this fucking yellow convertible bug. I just cannot imagine him rolling. It's like Mr. Incredible getting out of that fucking tiny car. Like, I cannot imagine my father getting out of that fucking car. My dad did it every day. That's true love. Like, that's just a man doing, you know.
He loves his wife.
Whatever. But I actually cannot believe that my mom made him do that. And my mom would not let me drive the bug. So then I'm out here, like, in my stiletto heels whipping a fucking truck to school. Just so fucking weird. Oh, my God. I actually can't believe that was real life. Like, now that I look back at that, I'm like, girl, what the fuck? But it is a cute car. I hate it just because it's old. Yeah. But it's like a cute vibe. And I will say the convertible part is fun during, like, the summer months.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that potential opportunity, guys. Like, that is literally my dream.
It'll be so fun for you.
And then, like, even though I'll be in New Jersey, I'll have a little piece of Hallie with me. How special is that?
So cute.
But have a good week, guys. It's been great chatting.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.